Welcome to the Sailor Noob podcast, where a superfan and a noob talk about the original Sailor Moon, episode by episode. I'm your host, Mikan Hana, joined by my co-host...
I'm the co-host, Caliban. And a Carnival cruise line has something to do and a something and a... I can't remember how it goes.
I don't know. So
remember, before that lady became the host of the After Today show, she was also a singer and actress. I think she won Miss America at some point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then she was the Carnival Cruise Line spokeswoman. Remember?
No, I don't remember.
And they took some song that was... I'm not going to look it up now, but she took some song that was a popular song.
Yes.
But then they turned it into...
a Carnival Cruise.
Carnival Cruise. So instead of... I am 16 going on 17. It's
Right.
I'm in cabin 16 going... That's not them. That's not what it is. What is it?
I don't know.
Well, I'll know by the time you're done with
All
your
right.
intro.
We're a couple of magical people ready to moon prison power make up this episode. Sailor Noob is a part of the Just Enough Trope Network. Today we are talking about episode number 12. Watashi date kare ga hoshii. Gokasen no wana in Japanese. I want a boyfriend. The luxury cruise ship is a trap. The English translation. And the English title, Cruise Blues.
If you could see me now on a Starship cruise, something. Something like that.
Okay.
If they could see me now, but they're on a cruise.
Nobody
cares.
That sounds vaguely
Nobody
familiar.
cares about I don't know why I'm doing this. This is the color that I bring, but it's not a great color.
No, it's fine. Today is all about a cruise.
Cruise of Doom.
Yes. Do you
Dead
want
calm. Taken. It's been taken.
So instead of Cruise Blues, which just sounds like Blues
Cruise.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
No, come on. No. We're not stopping on that.
Cruise Fuse.
Danger. Dead ahead.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Don't just give up when I do one. What's yours?
I was trying to think of things that rhyme with cruise. So
that's what they do.
I know.
No.
So blown a fuse cruise.
No. Stop. Oh, are we trying to top it or are we trying to bottom it?
That is a good question. I'm not sure.
This
what
bit
are we
needs
trying
work.
to do?
Let's move on.
All right. Do you want to give a brief breakdown, first impressions of episode number 12?
Impressions? I'm going to do the whole thing.
All right.
I'm going to be the thing.
All right. Sounds good.
I ain't Rich Little. Once again, look it up. That goes with your Kathy Lee Gifford references.
Wow.
It starts off where we've never started before with Jadeite watching he's going back to the tape. He's watching some game footage of the Moon Tiara action.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, these girls, they got me on his little evil laser disc.
Yes.
And he's suddenly approached by a young woman who introduces himself, or he names her as Tedis. Mm-hmm. She's one of Barrel's lieutenants. She works directly for Barrel, which I thought that he did. But you remember that whenever we see the throne room, there's a lot of people in that crowd.
That is
the
true.
The thing is packed solid with, I'm presuming, monsters of the week. Mm-hmm. So we'll never empty that room out. They're not fans of each other, but she's got a plan. And she pitches him a way to get some energy. It's called Operation Romantic Cruise. And if you need an English title for your episode, it's right there. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Bunch of deeks. We cut to a commercial. If they could see me now, I'm on a Carnival cruise. That Usagi's watching. This is not even a scene. This is literally just, how do we get our hero? She can't just walk into school going, hey, a cruise. Except she absolutely can. But instead, she's just laying on the floor watching TV like a teenager. It's good to see her just have a normal life. Mm-hmm. And she watches this commercial for this romantic cruise for lovers. Yes. Usagi is here for this cruise.
Yes.
And the next day at school, she's telling Umino and Naru about it.
Yes.
It's just for lovers. The boat has a capacity of 666 people, which I guess if you can't see the clues, then you deserve to live in this dystopia. But anyway, it's an evil ship.
Fair.
Umino has some great ideas about what he wants to do on the cruise, and I like how he's having a little fantasy about being on it with Usagi, and she's in the fantasy, but then she becomes her intentions are in the fantasy, so she sort of like elbows him out out of the picture.
Yeah.
He reveals, this is a weird little thing, but it goes by. He reveals that he had tickets. Like, he got them somehow, but he gave them away.
Gave them to his neighbor.
Right.
Because he's like, I'm just a kid, and I have school the next day.
Yeah, he's like, this thing goes till 10 p.m.
Right.
So how late are we going to stay out? We're not animals. But he does say that there is a raffle in the recreation district.
Yes.
Specifically the Jubancho district, which is a real district. And Usagi immediately flies out of to be truant, I guess. I don't know if school's over, but she's out.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
So she runs to this recreation district, and they're doing this like lottery thing or this raffle. And I guess you buy a spin, and then you spin this thing, and you know, if the ball, it's like the bingo, but it's like just one person. And if the ball comes out and it's the right ball, you win.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She loses 10 times.
Yes. And she gets packs of Kleenex.
And yeah, I guess it's a Kleenex company is sponsoring the cruise, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Shouldn't it be like a condom company if it's like a romantic cruise?
Yeah, but we want to keep it PG.
Show, but yeah. Or like, I don't know, like Naru's mom's jewelry company or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good thing. Or like flowers or something like that.
Flowers. FTD presents.
Yes.
A Carnival cruise. Rei shows up because that's what happens in these shows. And I guess she's in her school uniform. It's like brown. It's got red.
That is her school uniform.
Trim. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
she goes to a different school.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Usagi explains what's going on. She's like, a cruise for lovers.
I know.
But then she's like, let me have a chance. And then she does something. She uses magic or her.
She's like praying or
magic
something.
Or like karmic powers.
Her energy or something.
Yeah. You think that people would be like, well, you're I'm sorry, no mutant powers.
Sorry, ma'am, you can't have a spin.
But anyway, she does it and she wins.
Yes.
And Usagi rightly points out that she's a hypocrite because she didn't even want them before. But she does immediately after that, nice sales pitch that they go together because they don't have boyfriends.
Yes.
And Ami shows up and she's like, hey guys, what's going on? And Luna specifically says, it's their usual comedy routine.
I know!
Right.
It's like, wow, Luna, they haven't even known each other that long.
The subtext. Don't play that part, but yeah. And Rei, speaking of Deke moves, immediately offers the tickets to Ami, which I was like, wow. So they'd go out to like brunch or something or lunch, or something, and coffee. And she's like, come on. And she knows her prey here. She appeals to Ami's sensibility. She's like, you can broaden your horizons.
Yeah.
But me, I'm going to get a boyfriend.
Right.
Somebody like Tuxedo Mask. And it's revealed that Usagi is eavesdropping on them.
I know.
Like a psychopath.
I know.
And the only thing she gets out of it is like, ha, I knew she didn't have a boyfriend.
I know.
And Luna is like, why didn't she like work this hard at like other stuff?
Yes.
Why didn't she apply herself to school?
Yeah.
She'd be great. We cut immediately to the ship. There's lots of couples going aboard. It's a nice evening for this romantic cruise. Usagi is there in a cute little khaki jacket and green blouse sort of combo, but she's not going to have that on for long.
Yeah, I know.
She's got to sneak on board. To do that, she's going to pull out the pen disguise. And she transforms into a camerawoman, a beautiful camerawoman.
I know. Everything is beautiful in front of it with a disguise pen.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what we're selling here. But, so she's going to sneak on board. We see the captain of the ship, and it is Captain Jadeite.
I know.
And
he has dark hair for some
reason.
Yeah,
it's like a kind of disguise, I guess.
I guess.
Tedis is there, I guess, as a side person.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? Like a second in command or a crew person or something like that. And they revealed that the entire ship is being controlled by her and her evil seawater powers, which is a very specific kind of evil.
Yes.
But she's got it. They're going to leave port now. They do. Of course, our girls show up, Ami and Rei, without boyfriends, because, of course, they don't have any boyfriends. Everybody gets on the ship. We take off. Below decks, Usagi and Luna make their way to the engine room. And Luna very smartly points out in the engine room that it's totally quiet. Yeah. It shouldn't be because they're moving flank speed out into the bay here. But how is this ship powering itself? But that doesn't matter, though, because immediately Captain Jadeite discovers them in the engine room, disguised, of course, as the captain.
Right.
And Usagi does her best to keep up her disguise. And Luna can really sense evil here. She knows there's an evil presence. But Jadeite senses a strange presence about Usagi.
Yes.
And knows that he probably should try to keep her close. And Usagi just thinks he's cute.
Yes.
I think this is why the dark hair.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
Maybe
sorry, Motoko, or Makoto, you don't have a chance. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think she's after dark-haired men.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what's going on there in the engine room. Meanwhile, on top of our above decks, Rei and Ami are getting kind of bored. But Rei's plan is not all of these romantic assignations can be successful, right? Some of them are going to go wrong. And when they do, they swoop in on those boyfriends and get them. And Ami wishes that she just stayed home. That's right. Meanwhile, below decks, Jadeite and Usagi are getting along like a house on fire, and I feel very uncomfortable about that.
Yeah.
But Tedis shows up and calls Jadeite away, so they go to the captain's or the officer's room, and they check on their love energy device. They're draining specifically love energy.
Yes.
I
That's
feel
important.
it. Yes. And it's about ready to take all 666 passengers' energy. But this habit of eavesdropping from Usagi pays off because she listens in on this and she sees that they're doing this. They're plotting something. And she sees this weird device. And she's like, I can't believe it. He's so cute. And Luna's like, why are you like this? What's wrong with you?
I know.
We cut back to dinner with Rei and Ami. And there's something else I want to ask you. Maybe this goes with the tsundere thing before. But like Rei, of course, has a big appetite.
Yes.
You get this a lot in anime characters, and sometimes you get it specifically in female characters too, where they're like, "Give me that rice buns, meat bun, give me this." They're eating. What is that?
I don't know. I think it's like
A voraciousness.
I think they're trying to show a voraciousness,
zest for life.
Yes, a zest for life, and like maybe like she goes hard, so like she
eats like a fire,
right? Yeah. But like, you know, she works really hard and like she, you know, burns up a lot of energy. So she like needs a lot of energy to burn or something like that, you know?
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Just sort of like a feistiness.
Yes.
Well, anyway, a special show is announced over the Tanoi.
Yeah.
And so everybody has to go to the reception hall. This is where we're going to get the, Kathy Lee's going to come out and sing If You Can See Me Now. Everybody shows up, and the curtain rises and it's Captain Jadeite and Tedis in like a cheongsam kind of dress, you know, like a traditional Chinese dress, looking really cool. Super cool costume for about 2 seconds because she immediately transforms, and now we're going full steam ahead here. There's your title, Dick, by the way. And it's awesome. She's got red eyes. She's got no face. She has no facial features.
That's true.
She just has eyes.
Yeah.
She's got like arm spikes that come out. She's got like this dark blue halter like jumpsuit, and she's got you know, like a kabuto. A kabuto is like a samurai helmet.
Oh yeah,
and they have the horns. She's got like just the horns.
You're right.
Yeah, that are on her forehead.
Absolutely, I didn't even think about that.
She's got fire all over. She looks like a X-Men bad guy, you know, circa 1994.
Sure.
And she's got some great patter too, because she's like, I gotta get your energy. And she says, y'all keep dreaming even after you go to hell.
I know.
I was like, whoa. And immediately drains everybody's energy, except for two people still standing up, Rei and Ami, because they're fine, because they're not in love. And they are specifically taking love energy.
Yes.
So we got to get rid of these girls. So they sick the guards on them. The guards turn into like these evil water monsters. The girls try to fight back, but they've got like a T-1000 thing going on. They can't be physically hurt. You cut them in half. They just make two of them.
Yes.
And this is the first time that we've really worried about this, but I guess it makes sense. Ami is afraid to transform because they don't want to give their secret identities away.
Yes. This is the first time this has come up.
I think here's my thing, just as a writer.
Yeah.
I think it's because Jadeite is going to make it out of this. If you transform in front of Goobagoo, the teacher...
Haruna?
No, the teacher, Yoma. I'm the Yoma of knowledge.
What was her name?
It starts with a G. But if she just gets wiped out, then it doesn't matter.
Right.
It'd be like if somebody, you're Superman? Just burn him to death with your heat vision.
Right.
No problem, right?
Yeah.
Superman doesn't do that.
No.
He just kisses them instead. They lose their memories. But they don't know it, but one of these characters is going to make it out of this, so they can't transform because that's going to complicate the show going forward. So
good point.
And I think this is okay. Like when you're building something like they clearly are,
you don't always know at the beginning.
Her her odongo don't glow and amplify her cries anymore,
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah,
Actually, they did in that teacher episode, didn't it, though? Because she cries and she's like, supersonics don't affect me.
Maybe it did.
We can't go backward. We got to go forward.
Right.
So anyway, I think this is just something that came about because of the twists of the
Added
story.
complications.
But it's a good complication.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they just transform and then kill the bad guy and it's over.
Right.
So they're kind of trapped at this point. But Usagi, who's been running around the entire ship because she can't find the reception hall, dumb bunny vote coming up.
Yep.
She finally finds it, transforms, and oh yeah, girl, it's the sailor warrior of love and justice.
Yep.
Come to kick your asses.
Yes.
And she's mad that they're stealing love energy, but it's pointed out that it's mostly because she's not in love. She's just jealous of the people. Drain my energy too.
Yeah, right.
She squares off with Tedis, and Tedis is in her element, literally. She's throwing ocean water at Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news. But, and I like that they saved a little money and time. Usually they would love to show us 2 sailor transformations. That's a whole 30 seconds there.
Yes.
Both girls, Mars and Mercury, come flying in. They've already done their bit.
Yes.
Transformed.
Off screen.
Mars burns up all the watermen, and now they're here to help out. And 1, 2, 3, here we go. We hit him with the Shaban spray. Mars hits her with the fire. We get Moon Tiara action. Done. Tetris. She's Tetris now.
It sounds like it.
Tetris leaks, springs some leaks like a ship, and then she just drains away. She's gone. And like Jadeite steps up. He's like, okay, well, here we go. I'm going to kill you guys now.
Yeah.
But he is immediately pulled back to the Dark Kingdom by Beryl.
Yes.
And he's in trouble. Beryl is standing up. Beryl is erect, everyone. And she's mad because he got Tedis killed.
Yes.
He didn't apparently fill out the form to use Tedis on this one.
Yeah,
so
didn't get her
he's
approval.
Coming onto the carpet. It's come to Jesus time.
Yes.
Or come to Satan, I guess. The ship turns into a wreck. I guess it was just a wreck that was held up by the evil seawater powers of Tedis. I like to think that it was sunk or something, and she pulled it up from the depths of the ocean.
Oh, I like that.
Ghostbusters 2 style.
Yeah.
And the cops show up, which is the first time we've seen the cops in this
right?
show. And Rei and Usagi start fighting about men, and Luna's like, wow, they never stop, right, Ami? And Ami's like, I love studying. And Luna's like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. What am I doing?
I know.
All right, so
poor Luna.
Dumb bunny scale.
Yes.
Just to remind viewers, we like our Usagi dumb, but she's really gotten dumb now that there are other sailors to carry the weight. There's a lot of dumb protagonists, but they all have redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
But we are judging the show for how redeeming those qualities are in this situation. And I'm going with a 3 on the dumb bunny scale.
All right.
Usagi is critical. She is key player in this episode. I like the fact that her pettiness and her jealousy are all part of getting to the solution.
Yeah.
If she had not decided to sneak on board this thing, Ami and Rei would just be throttled to death by T-1000s.
Yes.
So it's good. Like when it plays into the story, that's when it's okay. If I laugh, it's fine, right? She's filling her role.
Yes.
And that's why it's okay.
All right.
So a 3 out of 10 dumb bunny scale.
All right. Sounds good.
How would you describe Just Enough Trope? We are the Just Enough Trope podcast. I'm your host, Caliban, joined as always by my co-host.
Hi, I'm Mikan Hana.
Oh no, does this mean they can hear all the things I yell at the TV during Downton Abbey?
Why did you do that?
How do you plead?
Let the game begin. Yeah, check these fresh moves. Oh!
Don't shoot man in face.
This isn't the Save Gotham fundraiser.
It's the Chill Family Reunion.
Master Yoda assigned a Padawan to this bold
I
Jedi.
believe it's pronounced Padawan.
Oh, Padawan, excuse me.
Hey, it's getting late. I think Ralph's going to want his motorcycle back.
Go jerk off the pictures of Jean Grey.
I am freaking getting old.
Yeah, I noticed the life clock was blinking in your hand.
Get out of here, Wilson. Go fight the Teen Titans or something.
I'm unkillable, not unwoundable.
You like Sailor Moon, right? Why don't you sail on his
Wow.
Just Enough Trope. News, reviews, and geek fondue every Monday on the Just Enough Trope podcast network.
Loving me never have a say. You so be sorry.
What? For Kyoru Kyoru Miru, Curiously Looking Around, where we talk about elements of Japanese culture within the episode, I thought we could talk about cruises in Japan. So cruises have become more and more popular in recent years in Japan.
And these are short cruises or
Well,
long cruises?
There is a huge range. I was looking at just one website. I think it might have been the Princess Cruises or the Royal Caribbean Cruises, one of the two. And
Just imagining.
I know.
I bet that song would sound great in Japanese.
I bet it would too. But the range goes from about like 25-day like fall, and it's a tour of fall foliage in Japan to
Just
and
like
the
up
Southern
and down.
Islands.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, and
20,
then
how do you spend 25 days in the Southern Islands?
yeah, I don't know, but they do it. And then there's a 3-day tour of Tokyo, which is the shortest.
Okay.
And
These are like long cruises.
yes, these are long cruises.
See, I
and
was thinking
guess-
like in the show, it's like 4 hours.
so. There's another
a
thing.
3-hour tour.
A 3-hour tour.
I've done this. When I was in Hawaii, I went on an evening cruise.
Sure.
And it was literally just, it was a big boat, and they
Yes.
took it out of Honolulu or wherever we were, and they just sort of like sailed it around, within sight of land. We were around a little ways, and it was like a big buffet, and there was like a couple bands.
Yes.
And it was just like, fun times.
They do have this too, and I was going to mention it. So it's called a Tokyo cruise ship, for example, one that's in Tokyo, which is actually a water bus. And there are certain stops around Tokyo that the bus can go to, but they also do events. So like you were saying, like a party or a dinner, like on the water bus. So it's or a cruise.
A romantic cruise.
Yes.
On the water bus.
Okay, a water bus sounds lame.
Call it the Twilight Princess Lady or something like that, Let's ask Deke.
What they think?
Water bus for Gusmas. Right. Why did we ask Deke?
I don't know. Apparently, Japan is the largest cruise destination in all of Asia.
Well, I mean, it makes sense.
It's an island. It's a group of islands.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good location to go to.
Yeah. There are lots of different ports.
You could go to Korea, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
Ironically, there's like a lot of places that you could go to, I suppose, in China, but
Yes. And
they
China
don't have a ton of like attractions.
Right. China is growing in the cruise business.
This will
as well.
change. In 20 years, this will be totally different.
So back in 2016, about 2 million travelers came into Japanese port cities via cruise ship.
Huh.
And travelers going to the island of Kyushu, which is the most desirable port for foreign cruise ships, outnumbered the amount of travelers coming by plane. The Japanese government actually has an actual goal to grow the total amount of travelers who come to Japan via cruise ship to be 5 million by 2020.
Wow. They took a cruise ship into Kyushu.
Yeah, and they're apparently their definitive goal of that is, by the 2020
World domination.
Summer Olympics, which will be in Tokyo.
Okay. Great.
I know.
Well, okay.
Yes.
Tokyo can handle it. You know the whole thing about the Olympics and like just destroying countries and cities that they go to.
It's not great.
Tokyo can handle it.
Yes. So a lot of the passengers on cruise ships in Japan happen to be Chinese people, and they largely
new money.
Yeah,
new middle class.
Yes, they largely are traveling to buy things in Japan, to do shopping, and
because of prices or because of availability of goods.
It's not prices, because I think that things would actually be cheaper in China, but I think it's
because they're made there.
Well, but I think it's like quality. Like they think that sometimes Japanese quality items are higher quality than Chinese items.
Sure. I bought cheese at a gas station in Wisconsin because I was in Wisconsin.
Yes, right.
There's just no guarantee that the cheese next to the fruit by the foot is any better than like cheese from an actual supermarket. But I was in Wisconsin.
Yeah, I get it. So the Chinese people buy so much in Japan that the Japanese people have actually come up with a term called bakugai,
their terms.
which means explosive buying, specifically done by Chinese tourists.
Well, I mean, but like in the application of that term is for Chinese tourists. That Chinese tourists isn't baked into the 4 characters that make up
right.
that word, right?
But yeah, but
it's like how gaijin doesn't mean white person.
No,
but it
kind of
does.
It's kind of a dirty word, though.
Right? Yeah.
All right. So, it's been the cruise industry has been growing so much that Japan has to create new passenger terminals for the ships in port cities because it's so popular. In this episode, Itadakimasu with Usagi. What did Usagi eat? Well, she didn't eat anything, but Rei and Ami eat a whole lot.
Yeah, and they had a very non-traditional Japanese dinner. A very Western dinner.
It was.
This goes back to my early episodes wondering about like the romantic aspect of this.
Of the West?
Yeah, and this, if a guy came out with a concertina or a violin and started playing to people, it would be like we would be in an 80s romance movie. You know,
yeah,
we're on
you're
a
right.
ship. They're having steak, you know, and salad and baked potato and that sort of thing. It just seems very, very Western.
It does. I also feel like, are they drinking wine?
Somebody's drinking wine.
Kind of seems like they're drinking wine.
I didn't see the girls drink wine.
Okay, I thought I saw Ray drinking wine, but maybe I'm crazy.
What's the drinking age over there?
Oh, I'm. That is a really good question. I will answer you next time because I think it is
New
lower.
segment, unanswered questions.
I know. I think it is lower, but I can't remember.
I'm sure it's lower.
I can't remember what age it is, though.
Yeah.
It might be 20 or 19.
Okay.
For My Heart is a Kaleidoscope, where we talk about fashion in the episode, I thought we could talk about Usagi's number, the pink skirt, green button-up shirt, jean jacket, almost like saddle shoes, and then like the blue socks.
Yeah. There's a lot of good fashion in this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the transformation outfit. Is
the
like,
disguise outfit.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a lot of their stuff. I'm not criticizing it, but a lot of some of the stuff is stock. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It doesn't. You could be I guess she has to convince people that she's a doctor. So she turns, or a nurse. If she turns into a doctor, it's got to be in a white pencil skirt, you know, with tights and shoes and everything.
Right, in a lab coat.
Yeah, right, in her lab coat.
Yeah.
And so for this, it's like, draw me a camera operator. And it'd be like, this is the person. She's got like the orange puffy jacket, you know, sort of like utility jacket, the striped top, you know, and then like jeans and like the tennis shoes.
Yes.
And then apparently your transformation could create elaborate props as well.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a face tattoo because you're one of the misfits, or if you have a freebie carry-on would be a stethoscope if you're a doctor.
Sure.
She gets like an entire camera case.
I know, and she makes Luna get into it.
Yeah, well, it's good for Luna, but so yeah, it's a powerful magic there.
Yes, it is. Not to be messed with, the disguise pen. I should mention that her ensemble I mentioned before also has like pink bows for her little buns. Like it's very detailed. So yeah.
And well, we're not done.
Oh well, yes. Rei and Ami's outfits as well.
Rei and Ami's outfits cleave very much to their personalities.
I would agree
like
with you
we
completely.
discussed last week.
Yes.
Ami's got a blue or green, kind of like a sea green.
I think it's a green dress with a yellow cardigan.
Yep, and a yellow short cardigan. And then Ray's got a more traditional, like, red, kind of cocktail dressy type thing.
And I think she's wearing gloves, too.
Is she?
I thought she was.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
Now, that is, if they're 14-year-olds, these are 14-year-olds, maybe not me, but, like, trying to dress like adults. Like, they're
I
not
definitely
wearing,
get that
like,
from Ray.
Yeah, I mean, they're dressing up, you know, romantic, nice restaurant or Sunday best type clothes, but it doesn't, you know, if they were older, they're not dressed too dissimilarly from the people that they're around.
This is very true.
I'm not saying it should be totally different, but they are, you know, kids.
Mm-hmm. They are, and I think
if
sometimes
there was a little
the show
more
forgets
subtlety
that.
in the animation, you would have them be it'd be endearing to have them not quite make it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Ray's got, her makeup is all plastered on. She's done it a little overly much or whatever.
Sure.
Ami brings a lunchbox, with like a cartoon character on it. It's like, what are you doing? This is a romantic cruise. All my books are in there. Put that down.
Yeah.
You're ruining this.
I agree with you.
I would have
That
liked to have
been kinda
gone
nice.
a little longer with this, like the, like a teenage sex comedy style with, like Rei and Ami, and Rei's trying to get laid, and Ami's like, I'm the smart girl. I just want to go home. I'm pre coming down the stairs, Rachel Lee Cook.
Yes,
but
exactly.
then things turn around.
Yeah, and like at the end, doesn't she like pull out a book from somewhere?
Yes, from her hammer space. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So villain gauge, where we rate a baddie 1 to 5 dark stars, 5 being the most wicked. So I had another like discrepancy with our bad guy's name, because I very vividly remember it being Tetis, like you said.
Yeah.
But when I looked it up, they said it was Thetis with Thetis.
Thetis was a nereid or a nymph in Greek mythology.
Yeah.
She was the mother of Achilles.
Yeah.
And also, like a lot of gods that weren't like marquee gods, possibly a god or a figure from like ancient heyday of Greece, like the Hellenistic period.
Sure.
Like you had all these different communities that probably had different kind of gods, and a lot of them got just sort of folded into the larger Olympian kind of pantheon later.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these chthonic gods. And so Thetis was possibly a sea goddess, shapeshifter. A lot of sea gods are shapeshifters. And then just later on got added to like, oh, she's one of the 50 nymphs, the children of of whoever.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting, and I don't remember if all of Queen Beryl's lieutenants are named after Greek gods or goddesses. But I think she's you talked about her design previously. I think she's pretty scary, and I like that she can control water and that she disguised the ship. But I feel like they defeated her pretty easily, so I'm going to give her 3 dark stars.
Okay. The child of a sea god.
Yeah.
One of the we've cut through the chaff. We're getting up into the relative cream of the evil crop. She also, speaking of fashion, she's got a great look in her human form too.
Yeah.
Was she wearing a hat? Maybe I'm thinking of I felt like her outfit was like a twiggy, like 60s, one of the girls that would be
like
chasing, the Beatles down the street.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just adding the hat in my mind, but it was that sort of thing. The blue matches her color, great hair, her transformation. When you see bad guys like this, you see how much they just sort of kludged the one 2 episodes ago where it was like,
the bus driver.
I've got an orange freight wig and my body's just black. It's just black because we didn't come up with a costume.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, I know you had a lot of buses to draw, but come on. There was a lot. You had to draw 666 people on this one.
I know, right?
5 dark stars.
Okay.
This has got everything. She's got style. She's got powers. She's got catchphrases. She's swearing. She's got arm blades.
Yes.
She's got no mouth.
Yeah.
I don't know how she talks. Yeah, this is a good one. We were visited by a great villain in this episode. I'm going 5 dark stars.
All right. Sounds good. So 1 to 5 roses, 5 being the most awesome. I agree with what you said. I think they were all lucky that Sailor Moon snuck on the cruise ship, because if she hadn't, they would be SOL. But I'm going to give this one 3 roses out of 5.
Okay. Any justification?
I mean, again, I think it's great that they were working together. I just, to get rid of the bad guy, I just felt like they worked together better in the previous episode than this episode.
I'm going to go 4.
Okay.
This is strong to very strong. We get a fun sort of thing with the main plot. We did Rei and Usagi last time, so let's do Rei and Ami this time. And Usagi, not too dumb in this one, gets to play a great role in the story. Great villain. Always like to see Jadeite get his hands dirty. More development of what's going on in the Dark Kingdom and seeing the politicking going on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Funny. Found myself just laughing my ass off at a lot of the great bits. So, I'm kind of talking myself into a 5 here.
Yeah?
I'm going to stay at 4.
Okay.
Like I said, I would like to have seen something more from Rei and Ami rather than just, well, we don't have any boyfriends. It's like, well, that's the comedy. That's the grist for the mill. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Right.
And they just kind of stood around and waited for the bad guy to show up. So,
yeah.
but they had a whole nother plot line going, and so it's tough to balance that stuff. So, yeah, solid 4.
All right. I did enjoy the disguise pen stuff. I thought that was pretty good. Yes. So my English title is Romance Death Trap.
Did you know this English thing works?
I know. I feel like it's not Englishy enough. I need to get more Englishy on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is Look Out. It always has an ejaculation at the beginning, right?
I hear you.
And then Love sails on the waters of the night.
I like
My
it.
heart is a kaleidoscope.
Yes, exactly. When in doubt, and with that. So next episode, we are talking about episode number 13. Ona no ko wa danketsu yo. Jadeite no saigo in Japanese. Girls Unite, the End of Jadeite, the English translation, and the English title, Fight to the Finish.
So we'll just save for next time our discussion of the complete lack of worrying about spoilers in Japanese culture.
Yeah.
So can't wait for that episode. Can't say I didn't see it coming, but I can't wait.
I know. Well, that's it for our show this week. And the Name of the Moon will be punishing you next week with another episode of Sailor Noob.
It's a fun ship.